So if you are looking for a nutritious, low-calorie alternative, you know, we're just watching The Biggest Loser stuff. I'm motivated.
No donuts, no
No
pastries.
donuts, no pastries. We've got the perfect recipe for you. So Liz Corbett, she's the Party Hostess Diva, and she is going to show us how to make some healthy breakfast muffins.
Yes.
Good morning, Liz.
Good morning.
Happy New Year, Liz.
Thank you. I love the new year. It's time for a fresh start, clean slate.
And it gets people all excited about healthy muffins.
Yes.
With carrots in them?
Yes, we have lots of great ingredients in these. Now, I'm known for my cakes and sweets, but you know what? I eat healthy too because it's important. And you never, never, never miss breakfast, because if you miss breakfast, your entire day is off and you're probably going to binge later in the day. So this is just called a good morning muffin, and I'm going to rattle off what we've got going on in here. We're going to start out with our dry ingredients, if you just want to put that right into here. And we have 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. You could do half of that as a whole wheat flour if you wanted to. So let's just get that right into there. And I'm
Only half? You wouldn't want to do the whole thing whole wheat flour?
You can do the whole thing as well, but if you're not used to, you just put it in a little at a time.
What's that taste difference like? Is it a big one?
It does taste a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit coarser. It's not going to be quite as fine, so it depends on what you're used to.
Gotcha.
But the oats, of course, are very, very good. You want to just get those right in there, and we're going to put you to work, Seth. If you want to grab the fork, I would say.
Oh, the fork, because this thing looks so weird.
This is really fun. This is a pastry blender, and I'm going to have you use that, and here's why. If you want to just, we're going to add in brown sugar, which of course has molasses. Molasses is very good for you.
Oh, really?
Do you know how to use a pastry blender?
I have no idea.
All right, well, it's a little tutorial. Basically, it's like having a whole bunch of knives, and you're just going to twist and go like so to get the lumps out of the brown sugar.
So it kind of just melts it in, cuts it into the dough. All right.
And then we have baking powder, baking soda, in those tiny little bowls right there.
Put it right in.
I'll cut them in.
And doesn't it smell good? It smells like an oatmeal cookie.
It smells really good.
Oh, I'm like, the baking soda makes it fresh.
How's the baking soda
nutmeg.
smell, though?
Try the nutmeg, but don't sniff it too hard right there. All right.
You know it's Monday when we're sniffing nutmeg and baking soda.
So this is like a healthy carrot cake. So you want to get those dry ingredients all incorporated in there so there's no lumps. And then we're going to work on our wet ingredients. We already have 1/3 cup of skim milk.
Okay.
You go with the skinny milk, but into that we're going to put our wet ingredients. And I'm going to have you measure out 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And you wouldn't think of putting olive oil into a baked good, but it's probably your best choice as far as what's good for you. Again, we're substituting ingredients that have a lot of health value for them.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't think of using
this is instead of like a canola oil?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And putting the olive oil in.
You're going to put that into there because it's dry with dry, wet with wet, and then we kind of throw them all in together. So 3 tablespoons of that.
Now, Liz, does that really matter? The dry with dry, wet with wet?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Because if you just were to throw everything all in together, you'd get a lot of lumps.
Oh.
And I'm a little bit OCD, so I always obey the rules.
You a good baker,
Yes, I always obey the rules.
See, I didn't know that.
Seth is a little more of a rebel. He might not obey the rules.
I'm a lumpy muffin kind of guy.
That's okay.
I'm a lumpy muffin.
You know what? It would still taste fine. And then with the fork, if you just want to kind of whisk those together.
Are we whisking the egg too?
We're going to add the egg as well.
Scrambled egg or regular egg?
You know what? Let's just plop it right in there.
Right.
There we go.
Okay, so that actually looks perfect. You've got those out. So we have the flour, we've got oats, we have brown sugar, we've got our egg, our olive oil, our milk, baking powder, baking soda, nutmeg. I can't believe I just remembered all that.
That's really impressive.
I'm impressed myself.
I don't remember what I ate for breakfast.
And here's what we're going to do next. We're going to go ahead and get that into there.
All right.
Now you're done with the pastry blender.
Here it comes.
And if you want to grab the spoon, I always put you guys to work.
I know, I love it though.
I like that.
And we're going to scoot you this way because the other thing that goes in here is
a banana.
A banana. You always want to go with like the ugliest one you can find. The browner it is, like we used to call them cheetah bananas when my kids were little. I have no idea why.
That's actually kind of cute though.
I love
it. It's not too ugly.
So you don't want the really bright yellow ones. You want the really scary looking ones because they're going to be the sweetest. And they're going to make the most moisture for the muffin. That's hard to say. And here's a little tip for you. The primates always peel the banana. They don't use a knife, though.
That's true.
The primates always peel the banana from this end, and do you want to know why?
No.
Yes.
There's no strings when you do it that way.
Oh.
Isn't that the coolest thing ever?
I've been eating a lot of bananas lately, and I get frustrated.
And you always get the little strings on there. So now you're going to do it differently.
That is so cool.
Because they're all attached at the other end.
That's cool.
Okay? So we have one ripe banana, and here's what we're going to do. This is the messy fun part.
I do like that.
Just going to mash it right on the cutting board with a fork.
Really?
Oh,
You don't need fancy tools in the kitchen.
Liz, should I mix this up with a spoon?
Yes, you can go ahead and start mixing that together.
Aaron's banana. So I'm just start mashing them in there?
Yeah, just right. Oh.
The banana, no, it's a harder banana, so it tends to.
If that were right, that would. Okay, so.
Yeah, we need to set up some sort of protective barrier. I'm gonna do one at a.
I'm broke.
No, it's not me, folks.
They're slippery bananas.
If you're watching at home, it's the bananas.
I'm actually really excited about that tip.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat bananas in a whole new way.
So bananas, of course, have potassium, which is very, very good for you.
Yes.
Nature's snack.
Good so you don't get Charlie horses, right?
Exactly.
Really?
If you ever get leg cramps, yep.
Yeah, I've been getting them like
bananas.
one a night lately.
Really?
Yes, ma'am, that's true. And you know what? We're not going for perfection here. If you like it a little kind of country looking, you said you don't mind the lumps.
Lumpy muffins.
We can throw it in right like that.
That perfection ship
Good
sailed
morning,
long
lumpy
ago.
muffins. That's what these are called now.
If anyone ever said that to me, good morning, lumpy muffins.
Yeah, it sounds insulting unless they know the concept.
Really endearing.
What are you trying to call me, lumpy
So we
muffins?
have one mostly right, mostly right. Moving right along here. Okay. So now we have raisins, and of course raisins are awesome because they're sweet and it's a natural sugar.
Keeps you regular, right?
Does it?
That's what they say.
We said that on TV. We just said that.
It's okay.
It's gonna be one of those days.
This is just a free-form kind of baking thing here.
Okay.
And then we've got carrots. Now, I always approximate with these because 4 medium carrots shredded. You can totally cheat and buy these already shredded in a bag.
Oh, I would definitely cheat.
Okay. So we're just going to guess that this is about 4. And this is how I cook. 1, 2.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I love this.
4.
That's good.
All right.
Muffins are getting lumpy.
That's a lot of carrot in there.
It is a lot of carrot, but it gives you the bulk. You've got your veggies going on in there.
You know what's nice too? It kind of cuts it in the sense that, you know, I made cookies the other day and I added a bunch of oats to a regular recipe. So it made more cookies, but it also made them less fatty per cookie.
It does. It does. And these, again, these smell fantastic. They're so good for you. They're very, very filling. You want to have something for breakfast that fills you up. And these are definitely going to be your go-tos.
Well, we're
Slopping them in the tins?
We're not done with you yet, so we'll be back with you.
Okay.
And Seth, you can
I'll keep
slop
stirring
it right
lumpy
in there.
muffins.
That's good.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere. We'll show you another healthy recipe in just a bit. And come.
Welcome back, everyone. So if you're looking for a nutritious, low-calorie alternative to donuts and pastries, we have got you covered.
Yes, we're back with Liz Corbett. She's the Party Hostess Diva, and she's showing us how to make another healthy breakfast muffin recipe. So we have got the recipe that we made earlier, and here they are finished. This is the finished product. Beautiful.
Yes.
Those look good.
Good morning, lumpy muffins. That's how it's Seth named.
I'm going to grab a Good Morning Lumpy Muffin in a few, but don't ever call me Good Morning Lumpy.
Okay, so now Liz, while you're setting up for the next one, explain what this recipe is all about.
This recipe is the coolest thing ever because you're only making one and you're making it in a coffee mug. If you live by yourself or maybe you're the only one that wants it, you just want one nice and fresh, you don't want to make a dozen and then they sit around and people, you know, I don't want those. You just make one and it's in the microwave in less than a minute.
In the microwave? You don't
It's
have to put it in the oven.
unbelievable.
And so it's in a mug. Are you telling me this is only a one-dish recipe?
Yes.
Because my problem is when I'm cooking by myself, I hate doing a ton of dishes. If I can do one dish,
You're going to be amazed. Yes.
this is up my alley.
It's all in the coffee mug. And what we're going to do, and again, we've got some really healthy products going on here. This is fabulous, fabulous stuff, coconut oil. And it's very solid. It's going to look a little bit like, you know, a Crisco or a lard, but smell that.
Wow, it
that
smells
is
coconutty.
amazing.
Check that out. So this is something you can use in lieu of butter or other kinds of oils?
Yes, coconut oil is fantastic for you. It has a lot of great properties to it that are good for you on the inside as well as on the outside.
Very cool.
For your skin and everything. But I'm just going to use a fork here because I'm going to estimate, and you're just going to put about a teaspoon of this into the mug. And I'm going a little heavy on it just because it's delicious.
Oh, why not?
And the coconut flavor isn't too heavy. It's more subtle,
It's just
right?
a little bit. It's just very subtle. And if you're not a big fan of coconut, I'm not sure why you wouldn't be, but it's not going to be real strong. And you're going to get that into the coffee mug and just warm it up.
Okay.
And I'm going to say...
Now, is this more or less potent than like the taste of olive oil? You know what I mean? Is it really...
I would say you're going to notice it just a little bit, but it is very, very light.
Okay.
Do you keep this in the refrigerator?
I do.
You do?
Not necessarily in the fall and winter, but in the summer months when it gets a little warm in the house, I do. But we have it kind of all over the house because we use it on our skin as well.
I have heard that it's actually good to remove your eye makeup, too.
And in about 3 minutes, actually, we're going to get a facial recipe from Debbie over there. She's
Hey,
gonna
it's
tell
all
us,
working together.
right?
After you have your
Our
muffin,
show's
you get a
coming
nice...
into one.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do is you've got that in, you see how it's already started to melt?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of swirling it around because you're going to kind of grease the coffee cup up a little bit.
Right.
Check that out.
And then
You can see
into
it
this.
Right there.
Very simple. We're going to do 1/4 cup of milled flaxseed. Now, flaxseed, again, are fantastic for you.
It's good for your heart, I think, isn't it?
This is just, yes, this is just ground up flaxseed, and so it looks kind of like a whole wheat flour.
Okay.
And we're going to do 1/4 cup of that.
It does look like whole wheat flour, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like wheat germ also. So about 1/4 cup. And this is just so fun because you're doing it all right into the coffee
I
cup.
love this.
And you
Because
can get this at any grocery store, too, right?
Yes.
if there's anything I hate, it's dishes. Oh.
And then we've got a teaspoon of cinnamon, if you want to go ahead.
Okay.
And you're going to open up this end right here and get about a teaspoon of that.
Oh, that's the magic ingredient, huh? That's what gives it all that flavor. Seth, you're having some trouble with yours.
It's a rough morning. It's a rough morning.
Not to have one of those muffins.
I know, I need
first it's
a-
flying bananas, and now we've got other things going on.
I need a muffin in a mug or a morning
And now we're going to have a
lumpy
teaspoon
muffin.
of baking powder, and that's going to be your magic ingredient. If you forget this, you're going to have a hockey puck in a mug. So don't forget the baking powder. That's going to
much
be
Powder,
less fun.
not soda.
yes, baking powder, and that's going to make it rise up.
Okay.
And then we're going to do 1 packet of stevia, which is a natural sweetener. I'm not going to mention the names of the other ones that come in other colors, but those are not real sugar products. They are
okay.
fake. They are chemicals.
So maybe that's the second best bet if you don't do sugar.
Yes, you
Okay.
can do stevia, which is
Stevia.
made from a plant.
So it's
All
healthy.
natural.
Yes, all
Okay.
natural. So we've got that in there for your sweetener. And then we're going to do 1 egg. So
All going in a mug.
coconut
I
oil.
love this. I'm gonna start doing more recipes in purely
All right,
mugs.
can we trust you after the banana incident
Probably
here?
not.
All right.
I will defend that to the end. The banana incident was not
right.
my fault.
So hold the
banana
mug
was
securely
faulty or
in one
hard.
hand.
Okay. It's a faulty banana.
And a really difficult cutting board,
It
right?
was. No, I take no responsibility for that one.
And I'll just tidy up here.
And then you mix it all together.
You just mix it all together.
All
I'm so
right.
excited. This is the fun part.
Okay.
Okay,
And
fun
we're
part here.
clear.
there we go. Okay, so now 50 seconds
That's it.
for a
50.
standard size microwave. Let's make sure I hit the right buttons here. We've got 5. Oops, come on.
Okay, this is tricky. There we go.
5,
That's
0.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, that's okay.
5 minutes. We'll
I
time
know.
it though. This means when there's 4 minutes and 10 seconds left,
I'm at
we're
a
good.
disadvantage being at an angle here, so it's up to you for the next
That's
one.
no, I'll
It's kind
check
of
it
like one
out.
of those things people say, every oven works different, every microwave works different, so you know.
Are you watching?
No,
we're
yeah.
watching.
Okay.
No, we've got plenty
get
of
to
time.
4:10.
In the meantime, let's talk about some lovely fruits and vegetables and how that's an important asset in your morning too.
You know, I think everything should be an occasion. When you sit down to eat, make it intentional. Sit at your table, light a candle, have your visual things. It should be an occasion. You shouldn't be standing up, rushing. Sit down with your family, sit down with your kids, eat together. It really gets you in a better mindset to start your day.
That's true. All too often, people are running around. If you
Yeah.
can sit for 20 minutes at
Yes.
minimum, just eat your dinner. It's worth
Now
it.
that's a creative little candle thing there. I've got coffee beans in there with a vanilla candle, so it actually smells like a cup of coffee.
2,
You're making
1.
me nervous.
We're good.
So creative.
All right.
50
now,
seconds.
okay,
No way.
look. It's like up to here.
It's a muffin in a mug, folks. Check
and
this
it's
out.
steamy hot. Isn't that fun?
That's pretty cool.
Now wait till you
So
see this.
easy.
Now you know it's done. It doesn't look like it's done, but this is where you do the hands-on. You do this, and if it goes springs back,
Yeah?
it's done.
It's done.
We're all
Look at
just
that.
gonna like touch it here.
Yes. Okay, now we have everything.
Now for some options, if you're used to like slathering on the butter and all that kind of stuff, I would say a healthier option would be, you've got some all fruit spread, which is
Strawberry.
just strawberry spread. It's got no sugar in it.
Maple syrup in there
Maple
too.
syrup is a better alternative because again, it's a natural sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, watch. This is like so tall.
That is a muffin in a mug right there. Well, now it's a muffin in a dish, but
It's
Yum.
actually kind of fun looking, like a little plum pudding.
it's like a mousse.
little
Like
But
a
it's
Volcano.
very,
chocolate
very
mousse.
moist. And so you can split it in half, put it on your plate. You could just eat it as is. And here's a great tip for the kids. Leave it in the mug and hand them a spoon.
Yeah.
Make sure it cools off a little bit.
No muss, no fuss.
You can do it like a
So
waffle.
good for you.
Love it.
Well, Liz,
Simple.
thank you
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
these great recipes.
You're
Good to
welcome.
see you.
Always so nice to have
Happy
you here.
New Year.
And you
Thank
can get
you.
the recipes for both of these delicious healthy breakfast muffins by visiting us online at mymassappeal.com later on today.
Smells good.
It's actually really